beautiful people. It is Sunday morning and you're in for a special treat because Bria and I, where'd she go? Hold on, Bria. There you are, huh? Bria and I are gonna go for a little morning walk. So, we've already gotten up, gotten our morning water in. A little biohacking, 16 ounces of water with lemon and Baja Gold mineral salts to replenish minerals that your body needs. I've already moved, stretched a little bit, hung on my pull-up bar for about a minute, decompress the body. We'll go for our morning walk and then we'll go get 16 ounces of more water. But it's gonna be a special day today. It's gonna be a really good day. Oh, after the walk, we're gonna get into the cold plunge. Typically I wait till before I work out, but today's Sunday, today's typically a day off of working out. I think I might chop some wood later on, but sky's the limit. Let's get our shoesies on. Forgive the remodel work that has not been finished yet in the kitchen. Ah, my baby. Okay, let's go for a walk. Unfortunately, fall colors are coming to an end. Hopefully maybe in the city it's a little bit nicer. This is the cattle ranch that's in the back property of my property. Alrighty, done with our morning walk and Bria is getting her chowing down real quick like. Now I actually do a caffeine delay for just a little bit. I don't just get up and just grab a cup of coffee and go for a walk. And the reason I do a morning walk every morning is for the circadian rhythm. Dr. Huberman talks about this, getting sunlight in your eyes. And if it's summertime, obviously like just a shirt and shorts, getting a lot of sunlight on your skin when the UV light is not so really strong. A little bit more low impact on the skin. Helps you sleep better, just put sunlight in your eyes, get some vitamin D on your skin. I turn it into a prayer walk. And so we just walk around the property here. I'm sitting on 10 acres, so I just do one lap around. Alrighty, now it is time, my friends, to do the cold plunge. This is something you do have to pump yourself up. Excuse the non-remodeled portion of the house. This is just where I have my cold plunge and a television and a beautiful mirror, but it just is not fully done to my specifications, but that'll be later down the road. Anyway, we're looking at 48 degrees on the cold plunge right here. And what I like about this type of cold plunge and not the bathtub one is the bathtub one you really got to dip in. I want to get my neck and my shoulders. You don't want to cold plunge your head. You don't want to freeze your CPU, which is your brain. And so this particular one, this is by Recover Fun. I'll try to link this in the description box below. This was a review for my other channel, so they actually sent this out for free, which I'm definitely pumped on. I did have to upgrade to the big old filter, and so it keeps it nice and fresh. That was the old filter, a little small guy. Just wasn't sufficient enough for my tastes. But this new filter is beefy. So what I like about this particular one, you're gonna see in just a second here, is number one, we got a little water flowing here. So you still get a little bit of that thermo heat layer when you're inside it, but dipping in, you'll see me. I'm gonna scream like a little girl. And then we got a little mat right here. But I slouch down, and so it literally goes to my neck, so I get my shoulders. And what this is for inflammation. This is for brown fat. Like this, there's so many good health benefits to a cold plunge. It's absolutely fantastic. So we were walking around in about 43 degree weather outside. This is 48, but this hits you hard. The first 15, 20 seconds, it hits, and it hits good. To the moon. That's the worst part right there. And then you start getting used to it. It's still cold. But typically I put on a podcast to distract me a little bit. Right now I got a little bit of background music. But this is why I like this particular unit, because I can get all the way down to my neck, so my shoulders are completely in. I do not soak my head, I don't dunk my head. I don't want to freeze my brain. My hands are underneath, my knees are underneath, my feet. Now, obviously I'm not like seated down, I'm like leaning up against the back here. But you can put your head right here against this little ring. And then I'm kind of like in, I mean, it's actually pretty comfortable. I'm not in a catcher's position where I'm on my toes or my feet, but my back is up against the border of it, and my neck is right here. It's actually very comfortable. So as you heard, I set a timer for 5 minutes and 5 seconds, and that just gives me 5 seconds to get in. And then typically if it's super cold, like during the winter time, if it actually drops below 48, I have it set to 48, and it fluctuates between 48 and 49. Now, I follow a biohacker guy on YouTube named Gary Brecka, and Gary Brecka says that his research doesn't show that you need it to be like 32, 33 degrees. If it was that low, I would only be in here for like 3 minutes. But since it's a little bit warmer at 48, I typically go about 5 minutes, 15 seconds. I've done one 6-minute session. After you're in here for like, as long as I am here right now, you can go for quite a while. Obviously, you're still gonna be cold afterwards. And so what I do is I do body squats and push-ups to warm my body back up. And then typically what I do in that case, after I warm my body back up, I then work out immediately after I warm my body back up. And that's supposed to produce beautiful natural testosterone and just get you in a pumped mood. And so when Alexa goes off and she beeps, I'll get out, dry off, change back into like some sweats, a hoodie, put my socks back on, my shoes, do 5 rounds of 20 body squats and 5 rounds of 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups, and that'll warm your body back up. But since I'm going to church, I'm just getting pumped up right now, and we'll have a nice cup of coffee and breakfast after this. A little brekkie. We'll get a little brekkie in the system. So what's nice about the thermal layer is that even though I do have a little bit of water flowing up top for filtration, you still get a thermal layer around your body. Now, if I were to like splash around and move, that would create more like the water entering like through my thermal layer. And so, even though it is cold, definitely cold, you're not like freezing. I've shivered a few times. You do have to be careful about that. But again, once you're in, that initial like 15, 30 seconds max, for me it's like the first 10 seconds. And then right now you're just on cruise control, you're just chilling. And then every once in a while I'll move around my hands like I am now. You can't see that, but that just brings up some more cold water. So if you want to like, it's just mental resiliency. That's it is, you just get pumped up. Afterwards, you feel absolutely fantastic. Oh my babies. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a special treat today. We have pre-made sourdough waffles. We are going to be doing an air fry recipe. Let's get on into it. All right, now my air fryer is pretty big, and this is a game changer, especially for reheating pizza. And I don't even use a microwave anymore. I literally just put my plate in there and air fry it for like 4 minutes. Anyway, so the recipe for today is we have frozen blueberries. These are going to take a little bit longer, so we're going to put that in the lower compartment. And we're just going to start it, and I do it for 450, and I'm going to crank that out for, I'm going to do 10 minutes, but I don't know if it's going to need 10 minutes or not. It does have a light, and I can pull it down, doesn't stop it, and I can check it. And then we're going to load a couple waffles on the plate. We're going to spread some organic peanut butter on it, and I actually put my Kirkland peanut butter into a mason jar. I prefer glass over plastic. And then we have some homemade, beautiful, delicious applesauce we're going to top it with. This is going to be excellent, and everything is going to be air fried. And this recipe is bomb to bomb. And my blessed mother, thank you mom, gave me these. She made those herself, as well as she made the applesauce. Okay, we'll spread peanut butter on the bottom layer, and I did have a little bite of that already. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stack up the upper layer on top of the bottom layer. We'll spread some more peanut butter on. Okay, that is looking absolutely fantastic. Double stacked peanut butter and homemade applesauce on top. Now, I typically do not eat this except for Sundays, which is a good little old cheat day. And then we're gonna add some maple syrup. This is Costco's, I think this is, this is organic. This is their like top of the line maple syrup. I think it's only in seasonal, and the bottle's almost done, so I'm not pouring too much on there. But this is 100% pure organic maple syrup. This is still really good, but this is their like, they have this all the time. Alrighty, I pulled the berries. They are absolutely fantastic. So we're actually gonna let those sit for a little bit outside of the air fryer. Now, if I timed it just right, what I should have done is I should have finished those up so they were perfect timing, but they'll stay hot for a while. Okay, so as you can see here, my full plate goes into the air fryer with my double stacked waffle. And we're gonna air fry it on 450 for 5 minutes. and that should cook everything just beautifully, warming up all of the applesauce. And this thing is literally set it and forget it. It's beautiful. Now I'll crisp up the waffle a little bit more as well from being in the refrigerator. And we'll make ourselves a nice delicious cup of coffee in the meantime while we're waiting on this. By the way, once you use a Yeti, you never go back. It just keeps the coffee warm and hot for a long time. Oh my goodness gracious, it looks like an apple pie. Oh my goodness. Look at the syrup. Look at the syrup just bubbling. Oh, wowzers, look at that. Okay, now we bring it over here. Now the only problem about the air fryer is, yes, the plate is hot. So you do have to be careful with that, or you just put it on another plate and then the plate's not as hot. Anyway, so now my berries are nice and hot still because I just literally ate one and they're air fried. So now we're gonna pour the berries. So you don't have to use maple syrup if you want it more clean. Might have to use 2 hands. Here they come. Okay, let's go ahead and top that off right here. And ladies and gentlemen, that right there is a beauty. We might put a dash of cinnamon on top of there, but that is gonna make your life beautiful. On my way to church right now. It's been a beautiful morning. That waffle stack slapped really, really good. I'm feeling crispy, I'm feeling good. Definitely feel like I need another cup of coffee in me. I'm only like half a cup of coffee in today. With the making of this video, the cold plunge, I didn't get my full morning routine in, as in a couple cups of coffee. So we'll jump on a extra cup of coffee when we get to church here in a little bit. It's gonna be a beautiful drive through the woods. We got a fun day planned. We got a fun day planned, baby. What a beautiful, beautiful day at church. Now, the church I went to today was a different church than my regular church. And you're like, Chris, why did you switch up churches today? I switched up different churches today because he was preaching on 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the gifts of the Spirit. And it was absolutely beautiful, talking about healing, talking about miracles, biblical scripture, talking about how miracles still happen today. No, miracles have not ceased. No, the gifts of the Spirit have not ceased. Healings still happen. And it's by faith in God and God alone. That is beautiful. There's still fall colors, looking beautiful. It's a little warmer in the city than where I'm in the country. Like, for instance, this tree right here, that is like barely even turned yet. This is wild. This fall is actually kind of wild, where it's like, it's an extended period where some of these trees are bare, some of them are almost done, some of them have like just gotten started. But I'm definitely grateful to be able to see these beautiful colors. And it's something I didn't grow up in Southern California. We didn't have fall. We just kind of had summer and a little bit chillier for fall winter. So this is really nice. All right, so we're driving around the city. We're gonna do a little dumpster diving today. We're gonna go find out if people are putting some good stuff by the trash cans. I didn't film it, but last week I actually found a working 65-inch Element Smart Roku TV, and the TV actually worked. I actually needed a plug for it, which I have plugs from California, and I did have to purchase a remote on Amazon for like 12 bucks, but for $12 having a working 65-inch television for my gym in the shop, nothing wrong with that. All right, so this complex we used to come to all the time. We actually haven't been here in quite a while. They have a compactor up front, which is really nice actually, because you can kind of get a side angle before you even step into it. Let me see, we got a broken chair, a lamp table, not too much. What is that? A few little items there, but sometimes we can just drive by, which is nice. And I know when I used to dumpster dive all the time, I know people really didn't like me just doing drive-by filming. They wanted me to like actually go up to it, look at it, and you know, I still love dumpster diving. I still absolutely love it. There's a lot of apartments popping up in Colorado right now. Brand new apartments that probably have incredible things. And so I'm extending my sessions for dumpster diving a little bit recently, which is fun. I really do enjoy it. Obviously, California is just like, it's the best dumpster diving where I was. And obviously, even though I don't live there anymore, like look at these beautiful trees here. Look at that. Gorgeous, huh? Even though I don't live there anymore, I still have one of my big goals and a big prayer of mine is to snowbird and to own a home back in that neighborhood so that when it gets a little too chilly here, I can vacate the premise and go back and do some dumpster diving and enjoy some California life. Here's the front range here. There's, of course, Top Golf. And then here is the Ford amphitheater here. That's where they have concerts, all sorts of fun little get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. There is a brand new apartment complex right next to it. We're gonna go ahead and pull on in right now and take a little peek-saroonie, see if there's any goodies. Here's that complex right here. Here's the Ford Amphitheater right here. And the people that live in this apartment complex can literally just be on their balconies. There's the stage literally right there, and there's their balconies. So you literally can just sit on your balcony. I don't know if, you know, people like that, but when they first moved in here, that wasn't built. The first concerts, I think it was One Republic was here. Was that August or June? One Republic was the first people, I think then was it Beach Boys or something like that? Anyway, a lot of development happening here in this particular area of the Front Range. And again, this van fits a lot of stuff. So for dumpster diving, it's so much better than like a truck. Only problem is it's a little loud because it's an older work van. It probably just needs like new shocks and stuff like that, you know, which I haven't done that to it yet. But I'd like to get a newer vehicle that has like really good tinted windows to not only protect my skin, but for privacy. And so literally I could be filming things, vlogging, and like people like don't even see inside. So that's that. There it is, a little better shot of the amphitheater. You got all the lights and stage. Stage is right there. Cool little venue. And then seats, I'm not really sure how the seats are. I haven't really peered in there quite yet. On a side note, like I said before, church was absolutely fantastic, and they're doing a prayer and worship night this coming up Wednesday, the day after election. So obviously, I don't know when you're gonna actually watch this. I try to get at my vlogs a little bit more sooner into the present time, but election day is this Tuesday. There's Top Golf there, that's super fun, of course. There's indoor skydiving, we got boot barn, we got go-karts. It's a cool little space around here. They're actually building a flow rider, which is kind of disappointing. We thought it was going to be an actual like stand-up river surfing wave, but it's going to be a flow rider. Hopefully they change that model and they cancel the flow rider and actually create like a stand-up surf wave, which would absolutely be fantastic. Really powerful. It's like 1 hour of just praying and worshiping, and I really enjoy those nights. Even if everything is like the pastor said today, if everything is puppies and rainbows, you know what? Then praise. Then praise. If everything is not puppies and rainbows, then pray. Then pray. And if you have friends, which, I mean, let's face it, this day and age, we probably know someone in our circles where they need prayer, and you pray with them. And if people are celebrating, then you praise with them. Obviously, we got to be very careful, and I've actually heard pastors talk about this before, is that when you're around people all the time that are just in a season of needing, I mean, you have to have a little bit of discernment about this, but if you're not praising with people, like rejoicing and hearing good news, and all you hear about is terrible news and this, and God forbid divorces, God forbid anything else, like that can weigh on your heart. So that's why sometimes you just need to go to a good prayer meeting, worship and praise. And obviously people need prayer. So even you guys that are watching this, if you're on a prayer team and you're just like all the time hearing prayers of just absolutely terrible news, pray for them, absolutely, but have compassion like Jesus. And I actually was talking to my brother about this recently. If you hear a bad news, pray for them with compassion, because what the enemy has done in my own life is he's actually wanting me to stop praying for them, because my mind will sometimes like fear and worry that what I've heard bad news of will happen to me. And that's a lie from the enemy. And that's a lie to keep you from praying for their miracle and their healing. So what I do now is I say, no, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus Christ. I will pray for them, but I will have compassion, but I will not have fear. I will not have fear, because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, the Most High, who is your refuge. No evil shall be allowed to befall you. No plague will come near your tent. I believe that by the power of Jesus Christ. That is Psalm 91. And so praise praise. Find people that are excited about life and praise with them. People that come in need and prayer requests, pray with them. And sometimes the opposite is true as well, where sometimes if we're hanging around people that are just winning all the time and we're not, we're like, oh, that's not fair. Why are they winning? Why are they having their prayers being answered? No, absolutely not. Praise with them. Your time will come. The Lord will answer your prayer in his appropriate timing. And I consider myself an optimistic person where I believe that good can come. I believe the Lord will bless. I believe the Lord will present miracles. I believe by faith. I obviously understand reality, but I pray big prayers and I pray bold prayers. Bible, it talks about, I don't want to be a man of little faith. The Lord also says, I'm forgetting the passage right now where it actually talks about, but when the Lord comes, how many will he find on earth that have faith? And I want to have faith. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want to have a victim mentality. Yes, there's been stripping in my life. For you longtime subscribers, there's been definitely some stripping in my life. There's been things pulled out of my life that were never the Lord's will, but by human choice, they were stripped out. And the devil laughed at me, but guess what? The Lord is laughing at him because he knows the day and the hour of his eternal damnation, which hell was created for him and his angels, not for us. So put your faith in Jesus Christ, be blessed. You're like, Chris, you're talking a lot. I want to see more dumpster diving. You know what? The gospel is so much bigger than dumpster diving. Faith in Jesus Christ and hope. Like, I don't know how, and I'm going to be honest with you, through some refinement and some things that I've gone through over the last several years, I don't know how I would have got through it without the Lord, and hoping in him that this will change. This will change, and I'm actually seeing that switch over in the spiritual realm, which was divine since the moment of creation. But I'm also not choosing to live and partner with fear and partner with doubt. I want to live by faith, and faith is hoping for what you cannot see, and also believing that everything the enemy stole from me will not only be replaced, but will be blessed 77,777-fold%. So let's continue this beautiful day. Good for him biking on this beautiful day. It is a little chilly, actually. Good news is gasoline's going down in price. We got $2.89 per gallon, but I think that's because of the elections. They want to kind of lower that. Lastly, I'm still thinking about those waffles. My goodness gracious, those things were good. Alrighty, quick stop into Shields. Check out some Yeti coolers. Yetis for days. If you've never been to Shields, it's like a Disneyland. It's absolutely redonkulous. They have golf, baseball, arcade, Ferris wheel in the middle. Checking out the different coolers. For potentially what I'm looking for is after Costco, I want to put my food in a Yeti to keep my frozen Costco food so I can go out and do some other errands without it warming up. If you're going to be doing Costco shopping trips, the 65 is definitely your go-to. I do like the size of the 45 a lot better, but that would fill up really fast, especially chicken, your sauerkraut, your cold items like all my frozen berries, etc. But if you're doing a minor trip to Costco and you got a little, drive back, I'd say this one. But if you want something a little bit more beefier, I would probably go with this one myself. So I'm going to kind of ponder on that one a little bit more for the size comparison. Sometimes you got to go look and touch at goals that you're looking for. Here's the GT S Series. And this is the regular GT here, one wheel. Again, sometimes you got to go touch it. You got to go touch what you're working so hard for. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you saw, that place is like Disneyland. You got to be careful in there. You could spend a lot of money in there. So it is tempting because you want it now. But what I personally do is I go and look at the item, and then I like to order it on Amazon or pick up something like maybe used a few times or one camping trip on Facebook Marketplace and save like $100, $150 sometimes. I like my stuff in good condition, but like for instance, I think I filmed it, got another Muay Thai boxing bag on Facebook Marketplace, and I paid $85. It was already stuffed. It had the hanging hooks on it and everything, and I was like, this is an absolutely fantastic deal. This is a $400 plus bag, brand new, and this thing is like maybe a solid 8 out of 10. And so again, some people, they just, hey, I want brand new. Hey, I'm gonna give you that. Let you go ahead and do that. But Cristoforo loves a good deal, my friend. But anyway, if you've never been to a Shields, I don't know if they're nationwide, but it literally is Disneyland for an outdoors, baseball, lacrosse, disc golf. They have everything. Never been to this complex before. Again, I'm kind of just scoping around. These are brand new. I'll tell you what, this weather gets you in the Christmas mood. I mean, people, it's 50 degrees or 52 degrees. And I know, like, for some of you guys living in Florida, you're like, man, that's cold. It's not cold at all. I have actually like a window open. I'm actually too hot in this jacket. But because it is a little bit chillier, and because it gets chillier a little bit earlier in the year, I should say, than most places. Like, I think back in Southern California, it's like 75 degrees right now. Awesome. It gets you in the Christmas season, I guess you could say, because when it's 80 degrees in California during Christmas, or when I used to go to Brazil and it was like 85 and tropical, because obviously their summertime is our wintertime because they're lower hemisphere, it just would not feel like Christmas. But like when there's some snow, when there's frost on the ground, it just gets you in that Christmas mood. You're like, Chris, what are you saying? I'm saying that it's beautiful. Like come January, you're like, okay, I'm ready for it to be warm again. I like to sit out front of my house on my table with my beautiful shorts and shirts on, and I like to bask underneath the umbrella in the warm sun. I don't want to be freezing my tushy off. On a side note, just driving around the back of those industrial area here, this is like a, these are like really fancy shops in the area. You got Apple Store, you got Purple Mattresses, Williams Sonoma. No, I didn't see anything back there, but no joke. One loop around, if you had a big, I mean, like, I wouldn't even have room in this van. There was probably $200 worth of cardboard, and it was already flattened down for you. So if you had a truck and a trailer, you pull up, just today, there's $200 worth of recycled cardboard behind these shops right here. I have said that before in some of my older videos. Does that happen every week? No. Last week, I didn't see that much cardboard, so they must have had some shipments rolling in. I mean, even if you grab a hold of that, what? That's like, you know, let's say you could score $500 a month just in cardboard alone from this complex. Just one complex, it would take you less than an hour, and then you drive over and you go recycle it, and there's an extra maybe round trip from your house another hour, so 2 hours of work for $500. Actually, maybe a little bit more work than that because you got to come down here twice a month. So let's just round it up to 5 hours. 5 hours for $500. That's $100 an hour. That's pretty good in my book. Alrighty, I was able to find right now, it actually is in really good condition. Let me go ahead and point that back here. Let me make sure you guys can see that. So this is a Shark, like all-in-one, like self-dispensing or charging, battery-powered, like mop and handheld device as well. The cord is all wrapped up really nice. Again, it's like super clean and really nice condition. Maybe they got like a brand new Dyson at Costco or something like that, but this thing is really clean. Again, handheld, sitting right next to the dumpster. And by the way, the leaves out here are still popping really nice, as we can see. As the sunlight is hitting them, very nice. Excuse the dirty windshield. We got to get things taken care of with this van. Again, I love the space, but I do not like the non-luxury portion. I've been praying for a new automobile. I don't want to enter into a car payment. I could have entered into a car payment months and years ago, but I want to pay cash for, and what I want is very expensive. So it takes a while to save up that kind of money. But then another part of me is like, man, I'd rather invest the money instead of paying cash for a car because we're going into a bull market. So I'm kind of tossed up. But sometimes you just have to have the winner effect. You gotta have the winner effect. What's the winner effect? That means that you're just feeling the Lord's blessings and choosing sometimes to say, you know what? Even though we're going into a bull market, I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple sales of some investments so that I can enjoy a little bit of win. Beautiful trees right here. We're gonna head on over right here and go take a little peek-see. Some nice men's clothes, some pants that look like they fit me, a Beverly Hills Polo Club slim fit with tags still on it. Looks like a flannel and maybe a little sweater. Nice little polo sweater, wow. And And then some more pants here. I'm gonna dig through this a little bit more. Nice little stack of clothes here. A O'Neill flannel, this air conditioning unit, which probably still works. Looks like a changing mat for babies. Trash. And so sometimes you can find, it looks like some women's clothes there. Sometimes you can find yourself some nice little spreads. So we just found ourselves a nice little spread. Definitely need some new clothes, so I'm stoked on that. Let's get going. Sweet, I'm pretty pumped on that. We got ourselves a nice several pairs of pants. Grabbed that O'Neill blue flannel. That's great for river surfing. And then this polo vest right here. I think it actually is brand new. I'm gonna go ahead and re-gift that kind of as a joke. Alrighty, if you are not aware of this, I just stopped into Sprouts real quick. So Sprouts has fresh baked cookies, but what you have to do is you have to get them where they literally flop over like a muffin top, and you have to kind of press into them to make sure they're legit. Like the oatmeal cranberry walnut cookies, these ones are absolutely perfect. Where you push in, they're super soft. These ones, not as, but I'm not going to discount it, but try to get them as soft as possible. This was the last one. Unfortunately, it is vegan, so I don't know the taste of the vegan chocolate chip, salted caramel chocolate chip, and I've actually never tried these ones as well. But these are absolutely dynamite cookies. Yes, it is 6 cookies for $7, very expensive. And on a side caveat note, no, I do not eat like this all the time. This is only when you train hard and you reward yourself with a cheat day, but I do not go as dirty as I used to all day. I just treat myself to a few little goodies, but healthier goodies, if that makes any sense. More like better natural stuff, not just like plowing down Snickers and dirty stuff. Alrighty, so let's have a little summary here. Oatmeal cranberry walnut, because they were softer and they folded over more. Now, even though they look folded over, you have to press them like I just said. The consistency and softness of the oatmeal cranberry walnut, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, exactly what you want. Delicious cookie, but more of a healthier cookie. You don't get that salted caramel chocolate chip hit. The vegan ones are very, very good. I don't really taste anything different between real butter and non-real butter, or maybe whatever they're using besides eggs. Hopefully it's not some sort of weird nasty thing, but who knows, because I think, yeah, vegans don't do butter and don't do egg, so I'm not sure what they switched around. But anyway, still a very good cookie, but wish it was a little softer than it currently is. Now, if you heated them up a little bit, like in an air fryer for maybe 30 seconds, it would soften that up. Overall, delicious cookies, very highly priced, but every once in a while, a nice little treat. Do be careful. Don't binge on these. They will make you very sick. They're just big cookies and they're very rich. So do be careful with that. And that was my Sprouts cookies review. Now, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I don't like to go all the time. Every once in a while, it's kind of fun to poke around, but when you're going every week, I got to go to Costco. I got to go get more organic, cage-free, pasture-raised eggs. They actually have a killer sale. It's like $7.50 or $7.99 for 24 eggs. I've been eating more eggs lately after a lot of biohackers and doctors on YouTube are talking about how it really doesn't raise your cholesterol. You do obviously have to be careful how many eggs you do eat. We were just always told that, oh, too many eggs, high in cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. I actually been eating a ton more nuts, like healthy organic stuff. I'm not talking about salt and laden, all this nonsense stuff. I'm talking about Costco, organic walnuts, organic pecans, organic almond butter, organic peanut butter, avocados. So my healthy fat intake, olive oil, my healthy fat intake has literally jumped through the roof. Went in for my blood work over the summertime and I lowered my cholesterol by 40 points. Now, I wasn't eating eggs at the time, so next measurement, I'm actually curious to see what it does because I've been eating about 4 eggs with the yolk per day. So 4 eggs a day. I know Mark Wahlberg, he does like 5 eggs per day. There's other guys that are doing more than that. I just feel maybe a little too excessive, but 4 eggs a day with a half an avocado with my healthy nuts. Again, I do pretty much the same thing every day. It's healthy food. I love it. Great. And then you treat yourself to this once a week, but just for a little special treat, or you're going to go crazy because you need, some things to look forward to. Enjoy, but don't do it all the time. We got to be excellent stewards of the body that the Lord has given us. Plus, this body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, so I want to be in great shape and great health for the Holy Spirit. So, with that said, got a couple cookies in me. I'm going to swig a little bit of milk I picked up from Sprouts, and let's head to Costco. I mean, right here in the Costco parking lot, you have yourselves beautiful trees. I'm talking about beautiful, beautiful trees. Look at these beautiful trees. Let's go shopping. I mean, it's always Christmas, these items were in here actually before Halloween. That seems a little rushed in my personal opinion. Not to mention, I mean, to each their own, but I don't know if I'm gonna spend like $1,000 on just this big old teddy bear thingamabobber, you know? I'm just, you know, or these little, you know, little things here. These things are actually kind of cool, so I'd actually do that for 200. But some of these things I just don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about, like, you know, $1,500 tree that's going up to the roof right there. That's probably 20 foot. Good night. Nutcracker for $350. Good night. I would do the lamp stand for 100 though. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, Costco. Okay, Costco is under wraps. Looking good, feeling good. We got our packages, we got our food. Time to head on home. Kind of looks like there's a storm brewing, so we're gonna have to, you know, head on home. Now, typically today is my day off. Kind of on the Mark Wahlberg type of a workout routine, where the older you get, you need a rest. I was going hard. I was going like 6-7 days a week working out, and I mean, that's like different stuff, right? That's not just weights. That's kickboxing bag, mountain biking, etc. But to be honest with you, I felt like I was overtraining when I'd hit it that hard. And so Mark Wahlberg actually talked about this on a Men's Health video he did about his nutrition. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you guys in your 20s, learn from me. Mark Wahlberg's like 52 right now. And he's like, take your days off, rest. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm doing pretty much his identical split. I'm doing 3 days on and 1 day off, and then 2 days on, 1 day off, and this gives your body just a chance to recuperate. So I'm doing the cold plunges, I'm doing the hot baths. God willing, I could buy a sauna pretty soon, and just that day off gives you a nice little crispiness to your healing of your body. Because when I go hard on the bag, I go hard on the bag. Now, with that said, even though this is my day off, I still, like, my body just can't just like sit around, right? So I might not hit it as hard. I'm probably gonna head back home and at least like go chop wood, right? So obviously that's still burning calories. I just like, after all those cookies and stuff, I can't just sit around. Now we're also gonna go to this brand new complex. I think this is the way you go. This is behind Floor and Decor, which Floor and Decor is supposed to be really nice for like tile, all sorts of stuff. There's also a couple dumpsters back here. I've actually never been back here before. Not behind Floor and Decor. It actually looks like it's a gated community as well. So let's see if we can get in this bad Johnny and go do a lap around. Yeah, it looks like it's open. I'm not sure if it's, I might not enter. It kind of looks like a construction zone. Like, kind of looks like a few people live there, but not really. It's kind of actually a nice complex. I just don't know if anyone lives there right now. I wouldn't mind heading in and maybe doing just a little quick little whip around. See if I can find the trash can. This is right behind place where we skateboarded the other day. The trail system for skateboarding is right back here. Yeah, I think this is all construction zone. These aren't even open yet. So before security does come, but there's the front range. There's your apartments right up there. Look at those ones with the porch up there. And then the front range with the beautiful snow is right up there. That'd be a nice apartment, huh? That would be a nice apartment. Those are probably the cream of the crop right there on the corner. That big wraparound porch. So it looks like someone lives at the very top of it already. So that's a brand new complex that does not have anybody. Trash cans might be somewhere, but it's getting dark. I'd rather chop some wood. Actually, there's a big old trash can, construction trash can though. I'd rather chop wood in the light so I can actually see what I'm doing. So let me head on home. I gotta go see my baby Buria, feed her. She's probably getting hungry, and then we're gonna get up to something real nice tonight. But before I do go home, I do need to drop off my ballot at the fire station, so let's go do that now. This is the golf course over here, and then this is an absolutely beautiful fire station. Good night for this community. And then let's go drop off my ballot. Well, I do love sleeping in an extra hour, or getting an extra hour of sleep, I should say. I do love the fall colors, but goodness gracious, what is it, like 5:21 at night right now, and there's just a little bit of ambient light left? Not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that because, like, it's only 5:21 right now. Like, I still want to work. I still want to go, like, walk Berea. I still want to go mountain bike. Like, it's dark. Now we're just gonna need flashlights. Goodness gracious. I'll tell you what, it is really nice coming home and seeing all my solar lights. Kind of hard to see, but you can see all my solar lights on my new trees. It's a blessing. Thank you, Jesus. Alrighty, we got some beautiful, beautiful little slices here. Again, I do not eat like this all the time, my friends. You definitely have to earn it, and I eat healthy 99% of the time, and enjoying myself a little bit of some pizza slices. What you have been seeing actually is a little bit more dirtier what I have been doing the last 3 or 4 months, but I'm just trying to bulk up on some calories. Again, I do not advise doing this all the time.